So if you blow it, not only is everybody going to make fun of you and throw rocks, but it might derail my lesson, and it's very critical that you all do it just the right way. I've got almost half an hour to help you, but you got to let me help. You're going to need the age structure assignment handout, the graph paper from the back, and your data set with a pencil. Now,
Use the age structure assignment.
Here, I have graph.
Age structure? What do you do?
It's like it's slightly between age structure and
The data.
I know. Well, I could stay at home midnight.
It said like 30% chance on my phone had 3 days. Was it been live? But it were like good. The best job ever.
all right, here we go. Still waiting. Because each of you has a unique data set, you can't listen to anybody else or copy anybody else. Because each of you has a unique data set, I have to give you instructions without knowing your numbers. So each of you will have to do your own math, and this will only make sense if we're all on the same page. Does anybody not have a data set? In your data set, find the largest population group and circle that population.
Like total or just male, female?
Just the boys or just the girls, the single cohort that is biggest.
Oh, it's about the total.
That's what I'm asking you. Which is the biggest group?
Oh, out of
Yes. Once you've circled it, I'll come around and make fun of you. Like, that's what okay. Yeah. Oh, which of those? Is that one? Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay.
Where is Cedar?
That's right.
He's not even here now.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. And that is total. So within those, which is the biggest? Not the total, but which age group, which of these is the biggest?
Why don't you give that burritos and keep pissing me off? But all they do is just give out like crappy, like waffles.
Okay.
Oh, with the moment,
Okay.
crappy bagels.
Yes. That's in the future. You're in this
Stop raining? Yeah, it does that. It'll stop and then it'll come back and it'll stop again.
Yes, that's how rain works. Thank you for explaining to you.
No, once it starts, it never goes away.
It's just downpour the entire time. Our oceans are now in the sky. We have more water.
Yeah.
Imagine.
All right.
Refill our water supplies.
Which of them?
We're never out.
Okay.
Waiting for the big water blocks.
Now, please read the introduction and the first 1 to 5 in the instructions. Once you have the introduction and the first 1 to 5, put the paper on your head. Take your time. It's important that everybody read it all. So, here's what you're going for. Back in the day, I didn't require a flag, so that's pretty sweet. Then I'll show you some problems. These kids got all the right data, got all the right color, got the right scale to fill the paper side to side, but obviously they should have made their age groups 2 squares. You see, it's very difficult to compare these. On Tuesday next week, you're all going to stand in the front, and I'm going to be like, Jose, stand next to hose B and show us how those two compare. And you'll be like, wait, those don't compare. Get it? What did the Spanish firefighter name his 2 children?
I get it.
Oh my God, if you still don't get it, go run out in traffic right now. Give up. Give up.
Just to like drown yourself in the rain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Drown.
These poor students, it used to be a group assignment, now it's not.
They don't know what
They didn't realize that there's more data on the back of some of the papers. They really thought that the oldest age group in Japan is 60. Please check. If yours is like an Excel spreadsheet, it's one-sided. If yours is a printout from the internet, the data continues on the back. You know, that data.
I'm 11.
What kind of Japanese flag was that?
Oh, wait. Blackboard.
There's 2 different. They have the war flag and the peace flag. These children,
The war flag.
they did a few things right and a few things wrong. They scaled it well. They colored them nicely. They put males on the left and girls on the right. They put a flag in there. They titled it right. But they did hamburger, not hot dog.
Oh, that'd be smart.
These kids did almost everything right,
Oh.
and they just didn't want to color very much.
That's pretty colorful.
Merely forgot the flag, but we're going for something like this. Fill most of the paper, have a similar scale. This is a funny one. They started the horizontal axis about 2 inches up the paper for some reason, and then they ran out of space. I thought that was really funny. I told them, actually, when I saw this, I was like, quick, just draw the 70, 80, 90 down here, and then cut it, and we'll be all right, but they didn't want to do that.
We need to show like negative images.
Yeah, exactly. Preemies. Now, students, I'd like to help you scale your paper. Because some of you have like 11 million, and some of you have like 56 as your largest group. So because your numbers are all different, we got to make sure we're all on the same page. Here comes your instructions. You'll need to pay close attention. Look at me. Start folding your paper in half so that you can find the line. Please look up. Don't do it yet. So that you can put your fold right on a line. But don't start yet because you're going to blow it. Your paper is double-sided. there's a 4 square per inch and a 5 square per inch. You want the 4 square per inch, the bigger squares. That's 4 square per inch. That's right. So make sure you're on the bigger square side, not the little squares, the bigger squares. And then please look up, fold down the most central graph line so you get a hot dog with a line down the seam. Yeah? Oh, you'll be able to write on there if you have to, a little Sharpie action. I have faith in you. You're smarter than you look. Smarter than you look. It's a compliment and an insult.
No, it's just an insult.
Oh. See?
Yeah, mine's in the middle of the graph. Yeah, same. Just give me one task.
So you have to be like on the line.
You only had to do one thing, Sarah.
I know.
Oh my god, I'm stupid. I folded it on the other.
You only had to do one thing, Hugo.
I have to do 3 things.
It doesn't matter where your fold is as long as you can trace one of those lines, because now look up. Yours will be neater than mine, but you're going to find the line down the middle and then
Oh, that's neat.
trace it with a pencil. Yours will be neater than mine. And then you'll go up a couple of squares and make the horizontal axis and start making your age groups.
Then you go into number 4, right? Is that
Yours needs to be neater than mine. Check that out. Every 2 squares you make an age group.
Wait, every...
What, Hugo?
They're in groups of 4. So every 2, it's a group of 4.
They're 5 years.
Right.
0 to 4 is 5 years, buddy.
Yeah.
Year 0, year 1, year 2. Yeah. Stop talking, Hugo. Just do us all a favor, buddy. Just keep it to yourself, man. Just keep it to yourself. I am writing on paper that I can't see.
Something like that.
1, 2, and then the next one after. 1, 2.
Everybody got that? Please raise your hand if you have started this process and have age groups. At least a couple age groups. Paul, what's your question?
You said you just wanted like a couple squares on the bottom?
Yeah, you know, something like that. That's fine. Oh, two squares.
2 and then any greater.
Yeah, like 5, 10, 15, 20. This is awesome. I'm pretty good at working blindfolded. Ow! I've got a dirty secret that I can't talk to you about. Tell them as it things.
Don't we have to, that's the straightest line I've ever drawn without a ruler. Do that.
Come on, kids, you can do this.
I think it's straight. Are you kidding me?
He's just jealous.
My eyes
Your vertical line has to be on a graph line, not on the fold. so that you can find which one is closest to the middle. That looks awesome. That was awesome. You're the best. You suck. Great. On. Great. Awesome. Spectacular. Now you've got it.
102. 102? 2? Yeah, 100 and 2.
Come on, country. You've done good, kid. On a line. I don't care. Look at his. Look at his.
How are you doing the age?
Were you just like waiting for me?
Yeah, so we're doing 70. Want me to draw for you?
7.
You want me to like just own you?
That works.
I own you. I own you. Wait, 27. It's 25. 25. Oh yeah.
That's like the largest.
$4 for that salmon. You guys are getting ripped off.
Probably, I don't care.
You guys are paying salmon.
Now stop.
My mommy made me salmon.
Now stop. Not everybody's done, but you're on the right track. This is homework, not classwork. You're good enough. Now me. All of your populations are different. Who has China? What's your largest age group?
The 64,000.
Those are in thousands, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that's 64 million?
Oh, 4 million.
Right. Now, who's got like Antigua? What's your largest age group?
6,000.
See? He's got 64 million. He's got 6,000 something.
Mine's 364.
He's probably 400 some thousand.
Wait. Oh, okay. Population of thousands.
Most of your populations are in thousands or in millions.
So I'm 416,000.
Yeah, so 6,000 thousands.
Sounds like 400.
So, stop please. Stop please. Stop please. You will be able to compare everybody's countries later. Not right now. If your biggest number is 6,000, and that's population in 1,000, then that's 6,000 with 3 zeros after it, which is also known as 6 million. Some of you have like 14 in thousands. Yeah.
If it says at the top it's like population in thousands, it doesn't like that,
That's what I was trying to talk about when you were so distracted. The answer is yes. The answer to your question is yes.
Like 1,000 thousands. That's 1 million.
Do you have a follow-up question? Where it says 34, that's in thousands. 34,000.
Yeah,
What? That what?
nothing.
I'm asking.
No, it's just like when it says the total is 1,040 times, and it says 1,000.
In thousands, that would be a million and something.
Okay.
Be a million 41.
I should abuse people for making me
That's
eat
why I don't
myself.
want to.
Ears and then like pow! Like that. Yeah.
There's an age group that's going to cut off on the back. Like, you can kind of see like the numbers.
That sucks. All right, so you'll all have to scale it so that your age structure is roughly proportional to your paper. Here's how you're going to do that. On either side of the vertical line, you've got either 15 or 16 squares. So, take your biggest population number, the one you circled, and round it up just a little bit to something which divides evenly by 15 or 16. You'll need a calculator. So if your biggest group was 14,700, your axis would be 15,000 on each side. The scale has to be the same on both sides. Everybody stop. Find your biggest number. Really, do that now. That's a step. Find your biggest number. Do that. The one you circled? Now, round it up to something a little bit bigger that divides by 14 or 15. Use that. That doesn't. You can write on there with the Sharpie. You can find it. So round it up to something that divides by, 14 or 15. Maybe 16.
That's just the right. It just seems way too small. Oh.
People. Is it okay if I have to kind of round it up like 4,000?
You should just get one of those.
I really think like an airstream.
Paintball.
So like I'm gonna have to round that up to like 4,000.
Just 15 carry on paintball.
40,000?
Yeah.
All right.
No,
Yeah.
just one of those spray bottles. You put it on that one thing and it does the laser setting.
That's right. Yep. So that little one will have to go off the side a little bit.
Same for like students and top.
Yeah, that single one will go right up to the edge of the paper, right? Yeah, exactly. So you go 6, 12, 18, so on all the way out. Okay? What's your question? Yeah. So 4,135, 8,250, 12,375. Right? So each of those squares is worth 4,125. Each of your squares is worth. Each of your squares is worth.
It's 22,000 or something.
Divide 900,000.
Really? What'd you divide it by? I divided mine by 16 too.
What square do you have on each side?
My number was 364,000. So I divided it by 16.
What? Doesn't matter as long as it goes all the way to the edges. Doesn't matter.
Oh, so should I just say like 8,000?
You don't have to draw it on the zeros. Correct. You need help with that? Right. Yes.
So we're just
Divide the visible number by 17.
By your biggest group of whatever, divided by the numbers.
Bingo.
And then round it up.
So that yours is going to be 66,000.
So the biggest group divided by
30 is 30.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
300. No.
I don't think it
Each of them is 300.
Wait. How many squares do you have on each side?
17. No, I'm not
So
gonna use
that
that.
would do.
I shouldn't use
The right
this.
side. Count the right side.
Should I use this?
Yeah. Count the right side. The other side too.
Like here?
Yeah, from that side, so you don't.
But don't you need to know like
This would be boys or girls, but I'm just shooting at this on one side.
Are you?
There you go. Make each of your squares worth 11,000. Yeah.
I counted over there.
It's on that little plastic thing. So then you divide your biggest population by 60.
Okay.
If it doesn't come out
You good?
Oh, I know.
Oh, right over there.
Damn.
Do that. That's bad. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
default 5. So, 2, still in 5.
Assistants might want to just have that one number go off to the side of the chart. Oh, that's both sexes. That's both sexes.
So if you skip it like that,
So now the biggest thing is that one. So try 26, 25,500. Yeah, 25,500.
Okay, so if I
25,500, and that single one will walk in.
What did you go up to? Rank 1. Flat. 500 plus.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I
Do that.
kind of screwed up though. It goes 95 to 99. I have room 100 plus.
That's what
Yeah.
I like how that's structured, but
7.
every cube is
5. Scale.
So round up to
7,000.
mine goes 0 to 4 or 5.
This is the way it's supposed to be graphed. I have to do it all over again.
For like 10.5, I guess.
Wait, yeah, it's the same thing. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
What am I supposed to do then? Because it goes by 4s.
It doesn't go by 4, it goes by 5.
Look at this. Specific says 0 to 4, 5 and 6.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Shut up, okay? Just stop.
Get it. That's like that's the exact same question I asked.
Is it?
Yeah, I asked it.
Okay, so
Make sure that the scale is the same on both sides of the paper. You got your scale?
Zero to 5, 0 to 4.
You can do like
Number 5.
Yeah, you can do 5.
and it's just like scale and the cubes are 7. 7.
Beauteous.
Yeah.
Does that scale make sense to you? It's going to go all the way out?
yes. Okay,
What? Okay. You have 1,000. So try making this 120. You'll probably need most of those. Because your smaller group is going to be on it. 275, so you'll probably end up doing every one of them. You're good, or do you help?
what was your
So
Let's say
rather
you're gonna be like 480. So that's, I think 35 is the youngest.
the biggest number is pretty good. You good?
Graphic and only figure spacing. I got it, and that's
So
Yeah, same scale on both sides of the paper. Same scale on both sides of the paper. Whatever a square is worth on the left, it has to be worth the same on the right. Okay. Yes? So making 4,500, and then it's one of those little too long ones. Yes. So making 4,000.
So the closest thing to divisible by closest thing divisible by 14 is 112 from 114. 114 is divisible by 12. But my other number is 111. Do I just round that up to 112?
It'll just be half a box.
Okay.
so at the end of the
really 1,200. You good?
My boxes are by 7,000.
So whatever, it'll be by that fraction of 7,000.
Okay.
Not by the full box.
So for the demographic, it has like 80 plus.
So that would just be this.
Just okay. So just make it.
Close.
Cool, I get to use it.
What?
What else is visible?
It's okay, you can write on it.
Oh, yeah.
Use the Sharpie for one line across.
Can you look at my computer?
Alright, students!
God.
Little jumpy there, young criminal. Alright, students. Take your age structure, and as long as you're getting, some basic function that you know you'll be able to finish, don't forget males on the left, girls on the right, flags somewhere. Your homework is 1 through 5 plus the questions. Please look at me. Put down your graph paper. You'll be okay. Kids can help you. Look, that's the instructions for the graph, but these questions are due with your graph. This is one assignment, not pre and post. This is one assignment, all of it. Due next Tuesday the 9th.
Can we put it on the back of the graph paper?
Sure. You'll notice you get extra credit. That's not printing some crap off the internet. That's extra credit if you can explain the structure of your diagram. Put all that away. Take out your population debate handout and get ready to move.
As in, out of the desk? Okay, cool. Wait, did you say you take out the population? Yep. Yeah, all right. Yeah, check them. It's pretty sick.
Now, please read, look at me, all the sections except format and notes. Do that quickly. When you're done reading, put it on your head. It's double-sided. Okay. I'm sure you read some of the details. You'll be debating for about a half hour. Don't get too stressed about the format. This is not a mock trial activity. Debate is like a pretty serious academic pursuit in some places. For me, the whole point is I want your conversation in the front to educate the other students sitting in the audience. There will be 4 debate topics, 2 teams for each topic, so a total of 8 teams. Breaking up 35 of you, or 33 of you into 8 teams means you'll all be in groups of 4 except for one group of 5. I got enough, right?
Yes.
You know that losers get less credit than winners. If you lose, you have to do an extra assignment. You're not allowed to read any script. You can check notes, but you must speak spontaneously. And everybody has to participate. That's part of the way that the audience will be grading you. Your teams will be randomly assigned. You'll get your topics today. You'll get your groups today. I think you'll get a couple of minutes to make sure that you have each other's contact information and start to divvy up the research. The topics that we're debating are, I think, philosophically interesting, like whether government should be involved in your personal health decisions, or whether government should have the right to regulate population growth, or whether illegal immigration is overall beneficial or not beneficial, and whether we should put conditions on international aid. These are all philosophically kind of interesting and politically kind of inflammatory. And just so you know, these might rub against your personal political views, and you've got to argue the extreme viewpoint of your positions. Everybody wants to meet across the middle. I do this every year, and the kids always end up like hedging. Like, well, okay, fine, you're right, but, you know, and that's not what I'm looking for. I know we all agree somewhere in the middle. All of these questions, I'll tell you right now, you and me, we agree. Right along the middle. But that's not your job. You're debating the extremes, the crazy philosophical endpoints of these topics. Are there any questions? When I point at you, count from 1 to 8, and then start over. Like this. James Mel, can you please focus? What's your number?
7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 8.
I knew you could do it.
1, 2,
8,
4, 5,
6,
7, 8,
1,
2, 3.
And everybody in group number 1, you've got absentee over here. Get together with your groups, exchange contact information, I'll bring you your topic. Students, don't tell anybody what your topic is. I don't want you to know who you're debating. Don't tell anybody what your topic is.
Are you guys safe?
Don't tell anybody. Luckiest day ever in random group assignments. Who's group number 4? Who's group number 2? Don't let anybody know your topic. Don't let anybody know your topic. Don't let anybody know your topic. Share your contact information, divvy up the research.
Oh, 805 637 9067.
You are that size.
Okay, it's gonna be really hard. We're gonna have to look down on them all, but I got it.
You have 3 more minutes.
Figuring out. Yeah. Oh, so yeah.
Why do they not take it out?
Yeah, it's we're depending on
thanks, Jose.
2 minutes left.
Can you argue against your point?
No, if you believe against your point, you better know why, because you're going to be arguing the opposite. What's yours? Let me see. Oh, I could argue that. No, I could totally argue that.
something.
Why not? You're not a nice person? You don't care about like suffering?
Well, what about our
What about people who have needs and the fact that we can help?
We're in debt and okay, so we can just guilt trip them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a good way. Yeah.
Yeah.
like
By the way, like, usually people complain on the other side. I find that interesting.
That's actually a good idea. Yeah, because you're gonna help out with.
I find it interesting that you couldn't argue that side. Usually people complain about
the
the other
whole
side.
time.
Make a slideshow of kids.
But then it's yellow. Some people are like, how do you spell that? A PHEO with a sign
Design the plane. Three major.
Do you want it back? I can just like listen to it for a day.
Will you keep that?
Super propagandic. Adopt this technology. Adopt the staging.
Yeah, make
Okay, please return to your seats. It's on the whiteboard like everything else. It's gone.
the week after that.
6, 7.
Oh,
Gosh!
I'll send her. I'll send you.
Got it. And I really do want to go. Let's say, example, often.
Wait, no. We can use like English stuff too. Let's say now it's easy. Great. But I don't think everybody will fall for that.
okay, students, now me. I'm waiting for your attention. I can tell you what works and doesn't work. It does not work to divide the topic for the debate. You all have to be equally knowledgeable by the debate. A lot of people say, well, you argue the math and then you argue the philosophy. And then if one person is stumped, everybody else doesn't know how to add, and it doesn't work. Trust me, you don't want to divide the debate. Also, don't divide the timing. Like you do the intro and you do the conclusion. Bad idea. It does not work if you all show up the day of the debate and say, okay, I did my part of the research, now we're ready. What does work really well, and I've seen really good debates, by the way, and I've seen really, really lame ones. What does work really well is if you and the other members of your group check in as often as possible. Before class, after class, from now until then. Be like, hey, I just saw this thing. You should check out this link. If you have a way to communicate with each other, like an ongoing group text, or a Google Doc, or whatever's more convenient for the members of your group, so that each of you can add content, like, oh, I found this article. You might think the third paragraph is interesting. If you're all learning together about it, and everybody's kind of up to speed on each other's research, that works really well. The most useful thing for this debate is the fact that you've got 3 or 4 or 5 people thinking about the same issues. The different points of view as you go through it are the only leverage you'll get. Trust me. Year in, year out. I always ask the kids afterward, tell me about how you got ready. And the losers always say, oh, we broke up the research and then we showed up today and he had this part and I had that part. Always you lose. And you ask the winners, it's always, yeah, we kept in touch with each other. Good luck with that.